What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Bishop War College issue number 2. When we had last left off, Bishop had made his way underneath Krakoa, doing his war games with Armor, Surge, Amass, Camlong, and Aura Charles. He was hoping to make the younger mutants a little more sharpened for their offensive and defensive capabilities, bringing Tempo along to be able to train them in a timed warp space in the tunnels of Krakoa. However, mid-training, this is where Orchis sprung a surprise trap. During the fight, we see Tempo and Bishop transported to an alternate universe. This is leaving the students behind, now rendered powerless by a modified blight swill, the substance that temporarily dampens the powers of mutants. And so now they are left fending for themselves, while Bishop tries to figure out where the heck he has landed. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so we are picking up with Bishop, the man who's traveled across time and space, more times than he can count. He has watched his dearest loved ones die over and over again. He has won wars and he has lost wars. He has seen the rise and fall of empires. He thought he had witnessed it all. That, of course, is until he arrived here. He arrives in an all-black X-Men universe, from Jean Grey to Cyclops. As Bishop gets up to his feet, Jean Grey and Cyclops, they try to talk to him, but Bishop is very disoriented. He doesn't know where he is, he doesn't know what is going on. When Jean tries to say that her name is Jean Grey, Bishop immediately says that this is not Jean Grey. You are not Jean Grey. As Bishop goes to pull out a weapon, Cyclops goes in. We have Jean Grey trying to use her powers to calm Bishop down, but he is resisting her. And so Cyclops does what he does best. He points that visor and he shoots, not recognizing that this gives Bishop the boost that he needs. When they recognize they messed up, it is already too late. A heavy blast of energy comes straight out of Bishop, Jean Grey using her powers to block it. This is where we see more of the X-Men show up, having Angel, Iceman, and a dreadlocked Beast. They get ready to take on Bishop. But before the fight can get underway, we see Charles Xavier, as he begs everybody to stop to say that this is enough. He goes up to Bishop saying that he knows who he is, and that yes, he is Charles Xavier, just not the one that you know. This is when Bishop finally takes pause. He looks around to see that this place is actually real. Xavier going on to say that you know the universe is wide. It is full of variation. And while Cyclops and the others, they're very concerned about Bishop. He is the one that attacked first. Xavier knows that he is meaning no harm to them. This is where we have the arrival of Lucas Bishop, the Bishop of this timeline. But the Bishop of this timeline doesn't seem to be as superpowered as the Bishop from 616. He doesn't appear to be one of the X-Men or anything of that nature. In this timeline, he appears to be a teacher, not a warrior, not a time traveler. That's what takes us to the Fenris twins underneath Krakoa. They have been drilling day and night, being hired by Orchis to come down here and do this all underground. They have been in communication with Moira, and they are letting Moira know that they had some complications. Moira lets it be known that Bishop and the others must be found, that you have to go take them out. If they get up to the surface and find out what is going on, all of their plans will be ruined. And so as they go on a search, we pick up with all the children, or I guess you could say young teens. They are trying to find their way out of here, and not a single one of them have their powers. And we see that the tensions are very much rising between all of them. This is when Amass lets it know that it is the blight swill. He has studied the properties and it has a very powerful effect. They must have altered it in some way. It has dampened some of their powers and made others like Tempest erratic. Not knowing where her and Bishop ended up, They keep on moving down the tunnel so that they can let somebody know what is happening. But all of them are unsure on exactly what they should do. Some of them want to go back and fight. Others want to get to the surface and warn everybody. Now, the logic here is that Bishop has been training them all of this time for exactly this situation. The only problem, not all of them have their powers and abilities. While they try to figure out what they're gonna do, what their plan of action is, this is where the twins arrive. A giant blinding light, and almost instantly, we see all of these kids taken down. And in the blast, we have Cam Long that is absorbed into a mass unable to control his powers. He swallows up Cam Long and they become one, going after the twins, grabbing hold of Andreas. He also gets absorbed into them, now having the twin, Cam Long, and a mass all into one. This giant monster goes after the last twin. She raises up her gun and she takes a shot. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. So far, this is a very interesting story. Now, like I had said before, I wasn't a huge fan of them throwing us into a all-black universe. Only because I believe that there are plenty of characters in 616 that we could have highlighted for this run. Now, with that being said, I am very interested in exploring this new universe. To explore who Lucas Bishop is, and also, where is Tempo? We have yet to see her since Bishop had landed. More than likely, she is the reason that they are here in the first place. I have seen a lot of people getting up in arms with the idea of this all-black X-Men team. Some even saying that there is rumors that this is going to make its way into the MCU. That they are toying with the idea of doing an all-black X-Men. And so, like you can assume, the outrage has been pouring out from people. Now, personally, I don't think that's the case. I think this is nothing more than rumor. People speculating, trying to get some clicks, trying to get some likes and followers, all that good stuff. And I really don't see that to be the case. I see them just exploring the universe, the multiverse, seeing what else is out there. Of course, there is a universe where everybody is all black. Of course, there is a universe where everybody is a Nazi. We are talking about the infinite. We are talking about multiverse on top of multiverse on top of multiverse and multiple dimensions, all of these crazy things. There is bound to be a world exactly like this. What I'm interested in is what Bishop is going to learn from this endeavor. He is meeting a variant of himself that is nothing like him. One that is a scholar, one that is a teacher. He is not a fighter. He is not a warrior. He has not seen the things that our Bishop has seen. And so I think this encounter is going to be good for Bishop. He is going to see a variant of himself that never picked up the sword. Instead, he picked up the pen. I think at the end of the day, this is going to help him be a better leader, to be a better Captain Commander. And all these young adults are going to finally understand why he has been training them so hard. I mean, at this point, they kind of already understand that, but they're gonna come to a better understanding of why Bishop has been so hard on them, why he has pressed this so much, and why he is trying to make them the best that they could possibly be. With only 3 more issues, I cannot wait for the next issue to see what they are going to bring us. Another side note, I am very glad that a mask has become a very active role inside the X-Men comics. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with Bishop War College, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon having multiple different tiers. From $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do that, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.